Hi, I'm Blair Saylor, and tonight we're going to read Tiny Rhinoceros and the Bigfootosaurus, written by Nick Ward. It was cold and snowy, but Tiny Rhinoceros Rex didn't mind. He was the roughest, toughest, fiercest little dinosaur ever. He was wearing his warm hat and scarf too. He had been tobogganing with his friends all morning, and now they were quite worn out. "I know," said Tiny. "Let's build a snowman." So Tiny Rhinoceros and his friend built the biggest and meanest looking snowman you have ever seen, right on top of a tall hill. "It looks just like a Bigfootosaurus," laughed Tiny. Tiny and his friends danced around the snowman singing, "We're not afraid of the Bigfootosaurus." Meanwhile, on the other side of the hill, a real Bigfootosaurus was wondering just who was standing on top of his hill. It looked like another Bigfoot, and he wasn't having that. "My hill," he grunted, and started to march to the top. "Silly old Bigfootosaurus," cried Tiny's friends, busy pulling faces at their snowman. "My hill," Bigfootosaurus grunted again, and with one swipe of his mighty paw, he squashed the snowman flat. And oh dear, Tiny and his friends were so busy laughing that they didn't notice their snowman had changed. "A Bigfootosaurus couldn't scare me," said Dinosaurus. "If I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would throw snowballs at him like this," the Bigfootosaurus grumbled. "And if I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would pull his tail like this," cried Baby Kong. The Bigfootosaurus growled. "If I met a real Bigfootosaurus, I would scare him to pieces with my terrific roar," bellowed Tiny. "Roar!" Tiny's friends laughed. The Bigfootosaurus raised his hairy arms and flexed his sharp claws. "Oh yeah?" he bellowed. "Roar!" He raced after them, his big monster feet making the ground rumble and shake. "Help! Run!" shrieked Tiny and his gang. "Our snowman has come to life!" Bigfootosaurus was right behind them. He lifted his big, hairy foot high above their heads. "Roar!" he roared, and brought his foot crashing down. "Watch out!" cried Tiny, but the big monster's foot landed on Baby Kong's toboggan by mistake. Whoosh! He went skating past Tiny's friends at top speed. "Help!" he cried. "I can't stop." "Good," thought Tiny. "That will teach him a lesson." The Bigfootosaurus was skating straight towards a deep and dangerous ravine. "Help!" he roared. He was really, really scared. "Oh no, our poor snowman!" cried Tiny Rhinoceros as they watched him skate closer and closer to the edge of the ravine. "What shall we do?" Tiny and his friends chased after him, but he was going much too fast. Then Tiny had a brilliant idea. Tiny Rhinoceros roared his loudest roar. Roar! It was so loud he shook the snow right out of a big fir tree. It was so loud it shook the snow right off the mountainside. Splat! The snow landed in a big heap on the ground. Plop! Bigfootosaurus crashed into the big mound of snow and disappeared inside. Everything went quiet. "Are you all right, snowman?" asked Tiny Rhinoceros, creeping nervously up to the pile of snow. Pop! Bigfootosaurus stuck his head out of the top. "Oh dear! That's not a snowman," cried Tiny. "That's a real Bigfootosaurus. Everybody, run!" "Stop!" bellowed the Bigfootosaurus, and everybody stopped. You saved me. Thank you. That was some mighty roar. Tiny Rhinoceros was so pleased and so proud he roared again, a terrific roar, an earth-shaking roar. No, Tiny, his friends called, but it was too late. Splat. Watch out! The end. I hope you all have a great night.